What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're in Hawaii and we're going to do a little bit of spearfishing, and I was lucky enough to remember that my close friend Talia that I used to work with lives here, and they actually run a diving business, Makai Expeditions. So we're going out with Randy, and unfortunately she's not going to be spearing with us today because she's a little pregnant. But if you guys are coming to Oahu and you want to get out on the water, they specialize in shore dives, which is a little cheaper, but honestly a lot cooler, because some of the best dives here I think are close to shore, right?
Yeah, the boats only go like right where you could swim to anyways, so yeah. Might as well use your legs.
You're paying a lot of money to go out on a boat and you could just swim out there, and by going with them you get to go to like some of the coolest spots that the boats are never going to take you to. Yeah. What's the website? Tell people about your business if I missed anything.
You can find us at www.makaiexpeditions.com. A small family-owned business, so we are very passionate about what we do.
Cool. What are we spearing today? What are we looking for?
Going for ideally uhu, maybe some uku if we're lucky.
What are the English names of those?
Uhu is like parrotfish.
Yeah.
So the parrotfish. Uku is the green snapper, green jobfish.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Are we likely to see some of those here?
There's a good chance, like on the back ledge, then we can run into it. So,
I'm just so excited because like all these fish, like I was just telling her when we got here, there's like convergent evolution here. There's like all these different species that are filling the same niches that you find in Florida, but they're like sometimes completely different families. So like I feel like the uku's like kind of similar to like a grouper in a lot of ways, and you guys don't really have any like native groupers here, right?
It's one species and it's like as big as the like Goliath grouper.
Yeah, we saw it at the aquarium.
They don't exist.
Oh really?
They're here, but they don't exist. There's like so few numbers.
What do they call them?
I'm not actually sure.
Are they Goliath groupers? Like
rare.
they're not.
No, but they get as big as them.
Yeah, we saw one. Yeah.
Rare that like you will never come across one in the ocean.
We're gonna see one today, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Cool. Anyway, yeah, I want to try like all these weird fish that are here that I've never gotten a chance to eat. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna do a little spearing, see what we can get for dinner. Let's go. Alright guys, so this was quite the learning experience for me, to say the least. I'm not going to sit here and say that I am an excellent freediver. I am definitely not. But I typically can get down to the depths that we were at here. I think we were probably in like 40 feet, 30, 40 feet. But typically in Florida, what I would do is what we call the dive bomb, where you spot a fish from the surface and you dive down and try and get a shot as you're dropping to the bottom. I found out real quick that that does not work here in Hawaii. Spearfishing is super popular in Hawaii, and so these fish are pretty used to this, and you can see me here quickly discovering that as soon as I would break from the surface, those fish would dive into every crevice that they could find. So here's Randy making his first drop, giving me a lesson in how this should be done. See, with these fish, you need to drop down to the bottom and just lay there and wait for them to come to you, which he is doing incredibly well, but it became pretty clear to me immediately that I was out of my league. On this first drop, Randy had spotted some nai, which is a surgeonfish that you can see in the distance here, and he was trying to get them to come in, but it wasn't working out. I decided to be stubborn and kept trying to dive bomb the only species that would really give me a chance, and there was a bunch of these large black triggerfish around, and I love me some triggerfish. Alright, I got one. So if I wanted to get dinner for me and Patricia, I had to at least find another one of these, but we got one in the box. Randy spotted something else that he liked, so he makes another drop down the bottom to take a little nap. And no, it wasn't a fish that he spotted. It was a sea turtle. And the sea turtles in Hawaii are so cool. They are so used to people diving that they don't even care when you swim up to them. So you can get right up in their faces and just watch them doing their thing, which is super fun. If spearfishing isn't quite your thing and you just want to do some dives, hang out with some of these turtles, make sure you hit up Makai Expeditions because they have some awesome spots where you can see tons of these sea turtles. The reefs on this island are unreal. The water's super clear and there's pretty much just these amazing reef structures in a lot of different places on the island that you can reach from shore. And yeah, you see that correctly. There's some random guy that decided to follow us along and do some diving with us. And it was pretty impressive to see him dive down this deep without a weight belt and without fins. Here, Randy spotted a nice little nook crevice that he could lay down in and hide and wait for a fish to come in. So here you'll see him pick up a little bit of sand and throw it up in the water. That makes it look like something larger might be feeding there. And that often will bring in a bunch of fish to see what's going on. So he's looking around, waiting for something to come in, grunting. And sure enough, here comes a target species. You see this jack coming here? This is called a bluefin trevally, locally known as a Papio. He lands a nice shot on the Papio. And you can see why they call it a bluefin trevally. An absolutely beautiful fish. And apparently absolutely delicious sashimi. I'm still stubbornly bumbling around like an idiot, scaring all the fish into the crevices. And Patricia thinks it's hilarious. Here, I watched one of those big black triggerfish go into a crevice, and I decided to wait for it to come back out. And here you'll see it come out of its crevice, and as soon as I break from the surface, it knows what's up, and it starts swimming away. So I take a Hail Mary shot. Missed. I did eventually catch up to it and land a shot.
What's up? They're good eating.
They sure are good eating, and we have 2 of them now, so we have dinner for me and Patricia. If you stay tuned, you'll see how we cook it up.
There's a turtle right there.
Oh, and there's another sea turtle. We start heading back into the shallows, and Randy spots this octopus, locally known as a tako. And they are good eating, so he is digging in to try and get this thing out. Before we headed back to shore, Patricia was tired of watching me miss, so she decided that she would give it a try. And this was her first time spearfishing, and she did really good, but unfortunately, just a little bit more practice I think will get her there.
That's good, that's good.
right, guys, we got ourselves some fish. I shot the easy stuff. He shot all the cool stuff. Okay, let's all right, obviously that's not a fish, that's not octopus.
Yep. We got
And
an
then
octopus, tako, and then this is a nai, which
the tang.
yeah, it's like a surgeonfish, yeah. And then we have the papio.
Yeah, that's like it's like a jack. Yeah, like a jack crevalle, but like way cooler and prettier.
Awesome sashimi.
And then I shot what do you call it? Hagi?
Japanese word
Hagi.
for
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just call them black triggers. they're the easy ones to shoot.
It
But
would be the humuhumu'ele'ele. All triggers have humuhumu'ele'ele in the
Oh, really?
Hawaiian name, but the like second name would
but
be
this is not the nuka nuka apua.
not that one.
Yeah, we saw lots of those though, but these are chunky and I'm sure they're gonna taste delicious. Anyway, make sure y'all subscribe and check out their business, Makai Expeditions, right? Go check it out. I'll put a link in the description. If you're in Oahu, hit them up and be a better spear fisherman than me. All right, guys, so we're back at our Airbnb and we're gonna prepare this in like a very, I don't want to say it's like a Hawaiian style because I honestly don't know a whole lot about Hawaiian cooking, but we're gonna prepare it whole, and that is something that Hawaiians do a lot. And these triggerfish are great for it because they have this really like tough armor, and so when you cook them whole, like all the juices stay inside, and once it's done, that skin peels right off. But they have so much meat that's like up here in the head because they have such powerful jaws. So if you fillet them, you lose a lot of that meat up there. So we're just gonna gut them. And one thing you should like I said, this armor will dull your knife like super fast. So when you go to gut these fish, you really want to try to get your knife on the inside and then cut from underneath that skin, because if you try to cut from the outside, your knife will just get super dull. And so once you've got that opened up, it's just sticking your finger in and just pulling the guts out. All right, guys, it is time to cook up these triggerfish. And we're staying at an Airbnb. It's pretty cool. It's not great, but it's pretty cool. But I mean, check out this view. It's pretty dope. Jesus. Patricia just died. She's a vampire. But anyway, anytime you're staying in an Airbnb, you're kind of at the whim of what you have available, and we don't have much. So I'm gonna cook these fish up like real simple, but I have a feeling it's gonna be really good. I have some salted butter, a head of garlic, and Dano's seasoning. Normally I'd probably use a mixture of different seasonings, but you know, when on vacation, these like complete seasonings are great. So here's what we're gonna do. I only have one hand and Patricia's busy doing schoolwork, so I'm not gonna be able to show you exactly how I'm doing this, but basically what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a bunch of butter, I'm gonna smash it up and put some seasoning in there. I'm gonna chop up, I'm gonna mince some garlic and mix that in, basically create a nice little like seasoned garlic butter. And then we're gonna basically fillet these fish from the bottom up, but we're not gonna break the skin on the other side. We're gonna stick that mixture in between those fillets, and then they're gonna go into the oven whole. And so all those juices are gonna stay trapped inside of that hard shell, and it's gonna season the meat really nicely. I've never done this, but I'm kind of winging it here, but I have a feeling it's gonna be real good. It's got a nice sizzle going on.
You have a nice sizzle going on.
Oh, did you guys hear that? In hindsight, I wish I had propped them up so that the juices would stay inside, but you know what? That's what it is. All right, now we just need to check and make sure that that meat is cooked all the way through. does look cooked, doesn't it? That looks quite cooked. I think we're Gucci. Let's see, do a little taste test. I fucks with that.
To bleep that out.
Yeah, maybe. You wanna like, I think you can just kind of like grab this skin and just start peeling it. Yeah, see, look, it just peels away. See? And then you can just kind of peel there and a bunch of meat there. Take a little bite. You might want to squeeze a lemon out onto it first. It's pretty cool how the like skin just like peels right off, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh. Ooh.
We're gonna find out what she thinks.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call it lobster. It doesn't taste anything like lobster.
It's because of the texture, like, because it's like more firm than other fish, you know? So
Yeah, but I don't know.
they kind of do that with
I feel
like,
it's a misnomer. It's very good.
they do that with like basically any fish that is like firmer than other fish. They're like, oh, it's the lobster of, it's the poor man's lobster.
This is really, really good.
All right, finally got a little lemon on mine. Yeah, I love triggerfish. It's so good. Tastes a lot like a gray trigger. I'm pretty sure it's like very closely related to a gray trigger. Yep, that slaps. All right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
You understood the assignment.
What do you mean?
You cooked it right.
I cooked it right. Yeah, I mean, I just winged it. But that, you know, this is like a way that the, like historically, that the natives here would have cooked it. You know, they cooked a lot of fish whole. So I just wanted to honor their traditions and kind of do something like that. But yeah, if you guys find yourselves in Hawaii and you see a nice big black triggerfish swimming around, they're relatively easy to get and they are tasty. So don't hesitate to spear one. And with that, make sure you all subscribe. Catch you guys in the next episode.